Hello, it's David Mooney coming to you from the University of North Texas where I run the jazz guitar program. Benedetto artist, Sunnyside Records artist. I got The Word. I got a lot of CDs, y'all. I got 6 Sunnyside albums, 2 Mel Bay books, Personalizing Jazz Vocabulary, and Into the Labyrinth, An Anatomy of Position Playing for Jazz Guitar. The new Mel Bay book is still in the works. I'll keep y'all posted. It's finished, just trying to, get it out there into the universe. It is, what is it? Early March here at the University of North Texas. We are plugging away, trying to graduate seniors and grad students, get them to do their recitals, things like that, bring in the new crop for next year, and all that good stuff. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about the John Coltrane song, Straight Street. And this is one that's maybe a little obscure, an early composition of his from, I think, what is his first record as a leader. I was doing a little Wikipedia research, so don't take all of this 100% dead on balls accurate, but I think it's pretty right from what I've done in my own research in my own life, etc. But there's an album called Coltrane on Prestige Records from 1957, I believe, with it's got a variety of musicians on it. I think the rhythm section is Paul Chambers and Tootie Heath. And then we've got, some of it has Red Garland, some of it has Mal Waldron. I think it's Mal Waldron on Straight Street. Then we got Sahib Shihab on Barry, Coltrane on tenor, a dude named Johnny Splawn. I was looking this up. This is one of the things where I get wondering about, Wikipedia. I don't know who that is, but you never know. I got to do some more research and find out if Johnny Splawn is a real person, or maybe someone using that's a false name, or somebody who didn't have a really long career. But anyway, it's a really cool song, y'all. And so I was looking at reviewing my John Coltrane history, and so you have the Prestige records, and only a few of them were released at the time, and then there was this trickle of because when I was coming up, I remember there was a million John Coltrane Prestige albums. I remember I had the one called Stardust, where they play Stardust, and they also play it's a really cool blues. I think it has it's like Train Slow Blues or something, where it's just a trio, like there's no piano because the piano player didn't show up or something like that. But they released a bunch of stuff after the contract ended for Prestige. There's a million records of him playing all kinds of standards. Then there's, of course, the Atlantic. Well, there's Blue Note, one record, Blue Train. He only did one album on Blue Note. And then there's the, Atlantic records, like Your Giant Steps, You're My Favorite Things, Coltrane Sound. And then Impulse is where you get your Love Supreme, also John Coltrane, Johnny Hartman, John Coltrane, Duke Ellington. And then, was there one more label in there? Anyway, so there's a whole series of labels that Coltrane was associated with. The Prestige records tend to be, or the material that they released was very loosey-goosey, but I think they released it without his permission. But this song is pretty well arranged, and I think of it as like proto Moment's Notice, definitely before he's working on the Coltrane cycle that you hear so much of on Giant Steps and Coltrane Sound and things like that. But the tune's really cool. So there's these hits. It goes like B flat minor, B minor, and the melody. So basically, I'll show you the chords first because I can't really do the chords with the melody, and you won't be able to hear it. So B minor, E7, A minor, D7, G minor, C7, F minor, B flat 7. That's just the first 4 bars. So you got a cycle of 2 5s. You go all the way down to E minor 6 or E flat minor 6 or E flat minor 7 before it changes. Then you have E flat minor 7 for a bar, E7 for a bar, E9, F sharp major 7 for a bar, D7 for a bar, and then a minor 2-5, a bar of F minor 7 flat 5, bar of B flat 7, and then E flat minor for 2 bars. And the hits are like it goes. I'm not singing it very well. place to play that. I'm still kind of remembering this song. I actually played it many, many years ago. I remember back at the University of New Orleans, the great Derek Doge brought this in. Shout out to Derek Doge. And then just over the years, it would kind of pop up, and I wasn't always really like playing the melody. But anyway, yeah, the A's are, it's interesting. It's an A-A-B-A tune. I actually counted the bars this time for y'all. But it's each section is 12 bars, so it's kind of cool. It's not a blues really by any, I mean, I don't see much blues-like about it, but the structure of the sections is A-A-B-A. So then the bridge goes to a real kind of 6/8, I don't know what you want to call it, almost like a rumba, you know. I can't really recreate it on the guitar. So basically you have, the chords are D flat minor, G flat 7, 1 bar each, E flat minor, A flat 7, E minor, A7, D major, C7. So that's the first 8 bars, and then B minor for a bar, C sharp 7 for a bar, or you can call it D flat 7, F sharp minor, B7, G minor, C7, 2 beats for each chord. So that's like pretty wild. So you got D flat minor, G flat 7, E flat minor, A flat 7, E flat minor, E minor, A7, the 2/5 to D major, C7, D minor, C sharp 7, F sharp minor, B7, G minor, C7. And I was showing my student the other day a way to finger that so you could kind of get the, there's a little counter line in the very end of the melody. So the last A. There, if you go like second finger, third finger, fourth, first, you get that last note with your pinky. You can grab this on the E flat minor. It's kind of fun to be able to get all those parts. Swing. Oops. No, I was doing so well the last bit. So, kind of fun, y'all. And so how do you play on this thing? Well, you know, it reminds me, it's interesting playing through it. I hear a little bit of a Benny Golson vibe, because I feel like a lot of the early train tunes before the Giant Step cycle, there was definitely like he and Benny Golson were working with some of the same harmonic ideas, and you know, they grew up together in Philadelphia, so there's definitely some mutual influence. Ooh, I got a student coming in 5 minutes. I gotta wrap this up, y'all. But it also kind of reminds me, for some reason, of Harold Land tunes. There's a Harold Land album called West Coast Blues that I love. There's a song Ursula on there from like 1960 with Wes Montgomery and Barry Harris and different people. But that's somebody who doesn't get mentioned a lot. But in terms of playing on it, you know, it's definitely the same process. So if I have to go, you know, 2 two fives going down like that, that many times, yeah, there's nothing wrong with following on the guitar the changes in the same direction that they're going, but it's also nice to be able to play in the same spot. You know, I talk about it all the time, I wrote a book about it, just position playing and be able to go. So say if I'm in this part of the neck, B minor, A minor, D7 is right there, here's G minor, C7, here's F minor, B7, here's E flat minor, here's E7, F sharp major, D7, F minor 7 flat 5, to E flat minor. And I can do that in every little chunk of the neck. It's always the same shapes, but they come in a different order. G minor, F minor, E flat minor, E7, G flat major, D7, 2/5 to E flat minor, A section of course that I'm going through, B minor, oops, A minor, G minor, F minor, E flat minor. Some of them are more awkward than others for me, different. And I don't actually play like that, you know, I don't say I gotta do this position and then I'll switch to this one, but I know where they are in every part of the neck. G flat major, D7. And for the specific shapes I use, that's actually what I talk about in Into the Labyrinth. The very specific, like the fact that if I'm here and I see B minor, I go. Basically, I'm playing like a D major 7 arpeggio, because B minor from the third is D major, right? One more position. So if I'm here, there's B minor, A minor, G minor, F minor, E flat minor, E7, F sharp major, D7. What's the next one? So for F minor 7 flat 5, I'm kind of thinking of an A flat minor there, or a B major 7 arpeggio, right? Because F minor 7 flat 5 from the 5 is a B major 7 or a C flat major 7, B flat 7, E flat minor, and so forth. And the same thing in the bridge. I mean, you cover like so many keys in the song. You don't cover all 12 keys, but there's 2 5s and I think like 8 or 9 keys, maybe 10. So yeah, check this tune out. There's also a great version. I got to give a shout out to the great Lage Lund. He has a version. I forget the name of the album, but a trio album. I believe it's like Ben Street and Bill Stewart. Hope that's right. But he has a really cool version with a sort of more modern sensibility, some cool like rhythmic ideas. You know, obviously he can like shred the changes, and he does at certain points, but he's also doing some more rhythmical stuff. So anyway, yeah, check this tune out. Y'all don't sleep on this song, Straight Street, from Coltrane's first Prestige record. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. I'm going to play a few choruses.